morning, Manayunk, and welcome to another episode of Manayunk Mornings at Home. Joining me on the show today is Chris and Steve from Tubby Robot Ice Cream Factory. Guys, how you doing today?
Doing great.
You know, it's been a long time. Tell me, what have you guys been up to for the last 4 months or so?
Well, a lot of it has been trying to figure out how our business works in this exciting, new, terrible world we live in. We've been doing things like trying to get more partnerships going and trying to get the shop open. And fortunately, we did. As of July 1st, Tubby Robot is fully operational and back to our normal hours, which is wonderful.
And Steve, you've been up to the same thing, just kind of hanging out and getting ready for Tubby Robot to open up?
As soon as I was able to overcome my crippling fear of COVID, I was able to come in and help a lot more with production, with management of all the various bits and pieces, and also churning lots of ice cream.
What was your guys' initial reaction when all this went down back in March?
I think we can make this work, and we tried to do this hybrid model where we had just the windows open, and it did not work. At that point, we're just like, all right, shut it down. We took a pretty hard stance. We're just going to get the shutdown until we know we can do it right. And kind of from then on in, we've kind of feeling it out. And I know Steve has been, particularly, he's kind of been our sanitation manager when it comes to getting everything clean.
We did everything we could to keep our employees safe and our customers safe. But unfortunately, it was just not quite enough. And we weren't quite prepared for the Herculean task of dealing with a budding pandemic. Since then, we've done a lot of research, and I've done a lot of looking into how to best sanitize things and keep things safe for us. And Chris worked with our contractor that we often deal with in order to set up a nice little bubble for our employees. That also keeps our customers safe because they can feel secure that everybody is taking the utmost measures to be safe.
So what can your customers expect now that we're in this new normal? What can they expect as they walk up to your window now?
We offer our full menu. We do full 16 flavors every week. And every Sunday we used to do, every cone we used to do, it's all there. And in fact, it's a little better than it was before because now I'm making waffle cones a lot more. We used to run out of waffle cones all the time, and we try to keep them in stock. But so basically you come into the shop still. You're in a little bubble vestibule, and you order from our full menu, and we serve you out our side window, which is kind of our way of breaking up the process to keep everything isolated. But it's been working really well. We've been doing it for over a month now, and really, we haven't had any problems. So
I understand, while you guys were waiting to reopen, you were partnering with a couple of local businesses, right, to make sure, that product was still getting out to your customers.
Yeah, we were working specifically at first with Lucky's Last Chance, who we're big fans of, and now we're really good friends. We were selling half gallons directly through Lucky's. I was talking to Chris Barnes, who owns Lucky's, and he was just like, hey, if you just need a place to sell your stuff, how about you do it through us? Which was really generous, and we're really grateful to them. And we were selling not only half gallons, but we were also selling sides of hot fudge, which was pretty cool. So it let a lot of our fans get their Tubby Robot fix during the 3.5 months that we were closed.
Now that you guys are open, are there any new flavors that you guys came out with or came up with during the shutdown, or is it mostly just the fan favorites? What's on the menu right now?
We partnered with My Sweet Gluttony, a friend of ours in a local Manayunk business who has started selling a pop-up style out of different places on Main Street, namely Pilgrim Roasters. And they came to us with the possibility of doing an ice cream sandwich, and we figured since we're trying to drive traffic back in and make people aware of the fact that Tubby Robot's back open again, we figured this is a great time to introduce the ice cream sandwich. Title to be named later. We haven't quite come up with a nice pithy name yet, but yeah, it's a nice scoop of Tubby Robot ice cream, premium ice cream, sandwiched between two chocolate chip cookies, which are buttery and delicious, and it just comes out perfect.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to try one. Maybe I'll have to stop down at some point today. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, outside of the business, let me ask how you guys are doing. What have you been doing outside of the business just to keep yourselves occupied and help pass the time while we were at the stay-at-home order?
I have 2 kids at home, one of which is school age, one of which is preschool age. And so just kind of keeping them occupied has been, a full-time job. And I thought at first, it's like, oh, this is a great time that I will get a lot of work done on, I was writing some code. I was trying to build a new website, and it just didn't happen because it turns out having kids at home all the time is not conducive to actually working. Lessons learned, but it's been really nice to spend quality time with them. So we've been building things together, doing a lot of baking, it's been really good and really hard at the same time.
I've spent a lot of the time here, during the shutdown, becoming more handier, learning how to use tools that I basically ignored or misused most of the time, especially wrenches. I've apparently been using wrenches entirely wrong in the last 25 years or so. But on top of that,
I was going to say, how have you been using wrenches?
I used the wrong wrench for the job almost every time. Used to be a vice grip solved every problem as a kid, but not so much when you own a home, once you actually maintain it for the long run.
Right. Okay, outside of wrench learning, what else have you been up to?
So I've spent a lot of time catching up on video gaming and TV shows, especially because my girlfriend's been working from home during the entire shutdown, and that left me with left me sequestered in one part of the house, so I wasn't interrupting her day. So I spent a lot of time playing games that I had neglected, catching up on things I'd never played before, and also binging lots of TV. So I was glad to get back to the shop and get back out of the muck of Netflix.
Chris, were you playing any video games? I know, ice cream and video games go hand in hand with Tubby Robot, so I got to ask.
Absolutely, yeah. I was playing a lot of games, a lot of them. I was juggling a lot of kid-friendly stuff because the kids were around a lot.
Right.
But lately I've been playing, it's a little obscure, but there's this title called Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2, which is it's a brand new game, but it looks just like an old NES game, an 8-bit game, and it's a lot like the old style Castlevanias. And it's really hard, but I love really hard games. So I've been playing a bunch of that. And also, I've been playing just like online sort of time wastery games. Like I've been playing Heroes of the Storm, which is a PC game where you play with teams of people against other teams of people. And those games are really good for whittling away hours. And so that was a really nice thing to do.
Were you guys coming up with any new flavors during the stay-at-home order? Any other new things that people can get excited for in the next couple of months that you want to, reveal what's behind the curtain?
I've kind of been tinkering with our formulas and adding more butterfat to the fruits has made them smoother. So it's kind of refining these flavors we've been making for 4 years. Our peach this year is the best it's ever been, and our strawberry this year is the best it's ever been. Because the secret, it turns out, is we're adding butter to it.
I'm excited. So I have to ask, what did you guys miss the most during the stay-at-home order when you guys were shut down?
I didn't realize how much I missed all of our customers until they were gone. Like, I love our customers, and I always like to see them, but I didn't know how big a part of my daily life that had become. So it was really hard not to see people, and really just like one of the points of starting Tubby Robot was to force myself to see more people, because both Steve and I tend to be sort of introverted when it comes to reaching out to new people, and this forces us to see new people every single day, and I kind of missed it, and I was like, oh my god, I actually miss human beings. This is weird for me. So it was just really realizing that the human touch is really important.
I miss stopping by my old haunts on Main Street that I would visit while I was at the shop working. And it was just pretty lonely, except again for my lovely girlfriend who was here with me the entire time. But sometimes you need more than one person to interact with on a daily basis. And I did really miss that, and also missed just everything about Main Street. I hadn't been down there for the first 3 months of the quarantine.
What do you guys love the most about having your business here on Main Street in Manayunk? And why is it Lucky's Burgers?
We love Manayunk because not only it's got this insane mix of people coming by all the time. Like, we see really way more than I expected, a diverse group of people coming by, not only from the Philly region, but from internationally. Like, we have lots of people who are visiting from out of the country. And that's wonderful. But from a business standpoint, it's amazing to have so much built-in foot traffic, because there are people just coming up and down Main Street all the time. And that's something that, like, you don't have to pay for advertising because people are here. Like, if you have the frontage, like, as a business, it's amazing. And just really being pedestrian friendly having things you can walk to. It's why I love living here and why I love being a business here.
It's great to be able to interact with people from all walks of life and different places around the world. Some of my favorite recurring customers are people that have come from across the city in the area to Manayunk only to buy Tubby Robot ice cream. And it's really fun because we get to direct them to places on Main Street that they maybe haven't thought about, like different businesses they can grab gifts for their loved ones from, or grab something to eat, or pet care businesses that they might not even notice because they're just concentrating on ice cream. So it's always fun to be able to share my discoveries on Main Street with others.
All right, and one last time, what are your hours now? Are you kind of on a flex, or do you have a set schedule now for the coming weeks?
So at Tubby Robot, we're open the same hours we were before the pandemic. Everything's the same. We're open from Wednesday through Sunday, from noon to 9 p.m., except for on Friday and Saturday, where we're open a little bit later to 10 p.m.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on the show today. It was great catching up with you, and I look forward to trying some of those ice cream sandwiches very soon. Well, that's our show for today. It was great catching up with Chris and Steve from Tubby Robot. If you love this show as much as I love Tubby Robot ice cream, be sure to hit that like button, comment on this post, share this post. If you're on our YouTube page, you can subscribe to our channel. And if you want to watch the last episode, just click right here. Just click it. We'll see you